Hello there and welcome to Wandering Wolf YouTube channel. I am Mark, and why I pause is because I had this woman saying your your meeting is now being recorded. Hopefully
She
that won't
sounds fun.
you won't hear that. It's probably more interesting than the game, to be honest. But joining me is my friend and fellow Wolves lifer. Oh, it's hard sometimes. Craig, how are you, mate?
I'm all right, mate. Has this season ended yet?
Oh, no, yeah, it's like Groundhog Day, isn't it?
I'm so happy we've only got one game left. So
No,
happy.
God.
Oh dear,
Oh,
mate. You're right. It is painful and it's hard work.
yeah.
Oh
It's,
man, I don't really. Oh, I'm not really sure where we're going to go with it tonight. It's like Groundhog Day. Might as well just use last week's video and
I
put it
know.
on.
Yeah, just change the teams.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
well, before we started recording, we started talking about boxing, and we were like, yeah, let's just change it for this week and just do a
Yeah.
boxing one because the football, God, the first half. Come on, let's start with the positive. The first half was probably our best half of football in the year.
A long while. A long while.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought we played some great stuff.
I saw the lot. I saw the team lineup come out, and I thought, that's good. That's
Three at the
promising.
back again. Were you happy with that?
Yeah, I was happy with it. It
Yeah.
was good that Kilman was in. I was pleased to see Gibbs White in there. I was pleased to see Ait on the left,
Yeah.
Semedo back to the right.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, yeah, that'll do. And I think we started really well. Like you say, we've had a good half. We absolutely dominated the last sort of 20 minutes
Oh
of the
my
first
God,
half.
we
Didn't
were
we? It's like
so dominating.
corner after corner after corner. It was good.
That's the problem, though, isn't it? Can't
Yes,
take a
that's a problem.
bloody corner.
That is a
We've had
problem.
about 4,000 of them.
It is no good getting 10 corners if you're going to put deliveries in like that. But that's at least it's getting to doing the good stuff to start with. Yeah. And God knows what was said at half time, but we just come out a different team and it's so frustrating.
Mm.
We just seem to. I saw a good tweet actually, and it pretty much summed it up for me. It's like, pass it sideways, pass it backwards, misplaced pass, misplaced ball, lose possession, give it to Traore. He tries to beat 11 players, repeat. And it's like, oh my God.
I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that at all.
It was sort of nail head moment, but it's just disappointing. To be honest, I wasn't really expecting much from the game. I thought we were going to get beat, if anything, given the
Everton were
last couple
terrible,
of
though.
performances. They were poor. But again, concede from a set piece, don't we?
Yeah, Charlison again. He loves playing against us, doesn't he?
I know he does. He always scores, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But same old problems that are there. But then again, I don't think they're going to get fixed.
It's a bit late now. We've got one game left.
Exactly. So it's more of a kind of this is it. This is what you've got. What can we do?
Yeah. It was a game of two halves, like quite literally and figuratively. I thought we played some great stuff in the first half. Morgan Gibbs-White was probably our best player because he was playing in his correct position. And I've got to give you credit. Like you always have bigged him up. You've always said that if he's played in the right position, he'll do his job. I do temper that with his second half display, which was nowhere near as good. But you could say that about the rest of the team. So I'm not just singling him out. I wouldn't have took him off for Jose.
I've no idea why he got subbed off. That's so frustrating.
Especially when
you need something.
Yeah, and then he brought Dendoncker on as well, and I'm thinking, are you going for it? You're definitely not going for it because you're bringing Dendoncker on. It was very confusing. I just thought that the reason why he played three at the back with the big centre halves was because of the set piece threat that Everton have, and I get that, I completely get that, but.
Bolly was marking for the goal as well, wasn't he? That was the most disappointing thing.
It was like he was jumping out of sand. It was just...
It's not like it was Saish, a smaller person in there. It was Bolly, and I was like,
yeah,
what?
I know.
How can this still happen?
I know. It's constant with Wolves, and that's been a bugbear all season, really, with how bad we are at conceding goals from set pieces and especially corners. And I don't know how you nip that in the bud, really, because Nuno said in his post-match interview, it's like we've got to concentrate more. I was like, well, you've let so many goals in, like I don't think that's the issue here. It's like because that's the least you should be doing is concentrating more, get in the right positions.
I think at this point it's just get to the end, get that final whistle on Sunday, and just like forget it as fast as you possibly can.
How are we 12th, by the way? How the hell are we 12th in the league? Like, well,
I'll tell you what, thank goodness are people worse than us, because there's no way we should be 12th, really.
No chance.
There was a couple of points this season where we've kind of skirted around the thing, especially on here, and said, could be in a relegation battle if this happens, or if they don't win, or this happens. And I think we've got very lucky.
Very lucky.
A couple of games definitely in the middle there, and we ended up safe. But if we weren't safe, this could be very.
Well, I'll take you back to when we lost to Palace away, and Jose.
One of the low lights.
Well, that's it. Yeah, and we've had a few, mate, to be honest, this season. But that was probably the worst, and the one where we thought, my God, I think we are in a relegation scrap here. But that was the last time Jose did anything. Like that bloke, seriously, I could reel off about 40 other strikers that I've seen play for us that are better than him.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think at the time when he was doing the simple things well, wasn't he? Like holding the ball up, bringing other people into play. And I think at the time, we were so lacking in quality that just to see those simple, nice things was like a positive.
Absolutely,
so we've jumped on it, but like really, God, what? Yeah.
Well, he's playing like a player that knows that he's not getting.
Knows he's going. So why is he coming on?
Yeah, I agree.
Why is he taking Gibbs right off?
Yeah,
he should not. Jose shouldn't be coming on.
I agree.
Simple. That was a terrible, terrible substitution, and I'd love to know what the reason was.
I want to get your thoughts on a player that I am going to single out here for some serious praise. And I think this is where
this is going.
Yeah, and I am going to call you out here. You sent me a message, which you can take back before I.
No, I'll stand by it.
You stand by it. You stand by it.
Yeah, and I completely disagree. If you're gonna go there,
I can't believe you. Traore is the most pathetic player I have ever seen in my life. Load of hype, load of tripe, and I sent you a message back saying something along the lines of, "I think you're wrong there. I think you're wrong there, mate. I cannot see how you can say that about that bloke." Like I've been in your corner with you doing the Traore bashing and saying he's not good enough, but I can't do that anymore. I can't. Watching Traore play the last couple of games, it's like him against the world, and for me, that's what I want to see from a Wolves player. I don't want to see someone like Moutinho, who has been fantastic in the past, but it's like he's like some slow motion. He's so slow. Everything that happened, like everything he does is in slow motion. Traore is the complete opposite. Yeah, his final ball is probably 8-9 times out of 10 not the right one, but for me, he gets into the positions that I am absolutely craving the players to get into. He's got no one helping him. And Silva, for me, is not a Premier League striker yet. He will be, but he needs to go out on loan. He really does. He needs some, as we've been chatting on WhatsApp as well.
Yeah.
But he needs to toughen up. He needs to go to a championship side.
Absolutely.
But this Traore bashing's got to stop, mate. Because like I don't get it. I just don't get. Well, we need to have the team around him.
Well, I think this is why they don't condone drinking at lunchtime because you start to talk absolute nonsense. I mean, I personally, and I'm not just saying this for whatever views or whatever, but I honestly don't know what you're watching to say these words. Like, he's the most frustrating load of rubbish player I think I've ever seen, and these little glimpses of, oh, maybe that's all right, are just no for me now.
Have you not been watching the last two games? He has basically single-handedly been our only attacking threat. The bloke has got into situations that
I think we've been so poor in other areas that he's maybe shining out in like glimmers.
No, I can't. He's doing it by himself. He's doing it by himself.
Doing what? Doing what?
Trying to get into positions. Try taking men on. Like what? In the Wolves team, is there any player like Traore that tries to take players on?
I wish we got like the screens that they have on Sky Sports that could show you like probably 10 occasions where he's got the ball. There was one, I think it was the first half, and he got two and he just kicked it too hard, ran through the middle.
He's got three players on him. He's got three players on him. Like
he doesn't know what to do with the ball. Once he's got, yes, he's quick, he's big, he can get round someone. When he's got the ball and he's got to get his head up to do, what does he do?
I just don't get.
He makes the wrong decision every time. It's not even like sometimes. Okay, it comes off. Sometimes it doesn't. Every single time, and I think the times where it has gone well for him, it's a fluke, because it's just he's mind-boggling for me. And I know there's fans out there that will agree with it.
You are talking utter nonsense. You are just. It's just words.
Do you know what? He's got to go 100%. And what worries me the most now is that I've heard Nuno speak in the week, and he's praising him up, saying he's the hardest worker, he's amazing, I can't wait to see him. And I'm just like, I'm so worried about that, because that is not good for us going forward, and that's going to land us in a lot of trouble. Right. If we rely on him to take us forward, I think we're in big trouble if we don't invest properly in the summer, and that is another worry of mine.
But why can't we invest in the team and have Traore in it, so he's got somebody to put the crosses into? It's like he has missed Jimenez more than any other player for me. He was our man of the match tonight. Like, and the fact that you're saying that he's not,
I don't know what you're watching, mate.
He's absolute drivel. It's like, I love you to bits, but like on this occasion, you're talking at your backside. Well, like I've never. It's such nonsense. Like I think I don't even believe what you're saying.
I'm at a loss for words as to what to say to you, because
good. Stop then.
God, what? How many times this season? You've just said it yourself. You've been in my corner for so long.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because I'm right.
No.
And he's had what, 2 good games, or not even good games, 2 games where he's done something that isn't terrible.
Right.
And now we're saying, oh, actually, he's our saviour. He's brilliant. Actually, no, hang on. Look at him over the season. He's not what we need as a club.
What do we need?
We need him to be sold to get money to bring in players that are better, that have footballing brains.
Are you trying to tell me that we should sell Traore as the first? He should be the first player you try and get money for, when you've got Ruben Neves, who
Traore's not on his own. He's not on his own.
So you get rid of Traore, you get rid of Neves. We'd both get rid of Dendoncker.
I'm not 100% sold on Neves. I can see why.
But Neves got to go for me. Neves got to go.
But we know that there's a player there. For whatever reason, he's not been performing.
Traore's a player?
I'd pick him over Traore every single day of the week.
I don't understand where this is coming from.
Dendoncker, I think we can agree on. I don't think he's up to the task, but
Adama Traore is going to win Player of the Season.
What? Who for?
I think he'll be in the top three. He'll be in the top three. Not at all.
Yeah,
I think Pedro Neto might win it, but
I'll tell you what, he's only in the top three because he can kick it round a player and run quickly round them. He doesn't do anything with it after that.
Mate, I can't believe the tripe that is coming out of you.
He's so frustrating. I've never known.
Oh, don't get me wrong. He's frustrating.
I've tried to get on board, and I've tried to think now, but just stop it now.
But the reason why he's frustrating is because he's not safe.
And move on.
He's not
if
safe.
We want to push on, I tell you what, if we don't sell him, he's not going to all of a sudden get a brain.
I don't think we're going to sell him.
Well,
I think
I'm worried about him. I agree. It's not going anywhere. Nuno loves him, and if Nuno's there, Traore's there. I agree. But for me, that's not what this.
So is that a big enough deal for you to say get Nuno out because you hate Traore so much?
No. It's
at least we can agree on one thing then.
It's just disappointing from my point of view, because personally, if I was the manager, he wouldn't be anywhere near my team.
I can't.
It's too predictable, mate. It's predictable.
I get that. I get that.
People know it's a one-trick pony type situation. It can be a handful, yeah, and yeah, they've got to stop him making the runs. But to be honest, he can't do much. If he finds a space and beats you, what does he do with it? He puts it out for a goal kick. Puts it out for a corner. He puts it out for a corner that we can't take anyway. I know that's not his fault. But
it's not his fault. And also, he got us about 8 of those corners. That's not his. His job is to put us into attacking areas. He's doing that by getting us corners.
The pedestal that they put Traore on up here is unbelievable. It's unbelievable, and I can't believe it sometimes.
Okay.
It's if people are saying, if people can say Nuno out, God, you can absolutely say Traore out. It's a joke that we even
both wrong.
Do that.
Both wrong.
So,
coming to another topic, because we could talk about that all night and not agree. About Raul Jimenez. There is I think it's in the morning. They're gonna give an update on his condition, and they asked Nuno, and he said, "Oh, we'll give an update tomorrow morning," and in a press cut. Which to me, I know they're trying to do it all professionally, and that they've got to. But that to me, that doesn't sound too hopeful or clever. Do you know what I mean? Like the way it is. Yeah, it was a bit like sterile. I know he's not going to be all jovial and say like, you might see him on the bench. Yeah, I know he's not like that, but it just felt a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm putting 2 and 2 together, getting 5. But
I haven't seen that. I can't comment. I mean, the only thing that I had heard was that I think there was talk of him meeting up with the national side for some games, or is it the Olympics or something?
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, then
I thought, hang on.
I don't want him to.
From a Wolves point of view, I don't think that's right. To be honest, I mean, I don't really know where I stand on that. To be honest, because if the player is fit and wants to go to the Olympics for his country, from a Wolves point of view, I'll be like, well, hang on a minute, just get yourself 100% right, have a good pre-season, and come back all guns blazing, because we want to go. We want, top 4 type thing next year. What you doing? Get yourself
top
right.
4. Top 4.
That's what we want.
We are not.
I'm not saying that's what we're going to get, but I'm saying
I'd be happy with top 10, mate, next season.
Yeah, 100%. But that's where we are. That's where we are. Right now.
Definitely. Yeah, I reckon we're on the level of Villa, Southampton. Yeah. I think at the moment, unless we get a couple of worldies in, but I think
we could have a fight on our hands next year if we don't invest properly in the summer and do things right. And it'll be very interesting. Said it for a few weeks now. It's interesting because there are certain players on that maybe list, like Neves, and people are starting to turn. I think.
I don't
I'm
think
not
he's going
quite
to
there.
get rid
I'm
of
not quite
Neves.
there. I'm not quite there yet, but God knows what's happened to him. But he is literally a shadow of his former self.
Yeah,
And
I know he's playing a bit more defensively than he
carry
used
people.
to, but
We can't keep
God,
carrying players. If we
so
want to
slow.
progress, you've got to be ruthless.
Yeah.
And if he's not good enough, and whatever, sorry, mate, but you've got to go. I don't think it's going to happen. But...
Can I say one more thing about Traore?
No.
Sorry. Come on. Come on. Scored the winner against Fulham. Scored the winner against Leeds. Scored the winner against Leeds. Came on against Brighton. Pretty much won the game for us. That's 9 points. Take those 9 points off. We are in a relegation battle. So just put in my 2 penny thing. That's all. You know.
Hypothetical situations. Fair enough.
But
I'm not saying everything he touches turns to rubbish. I'm saying he's not good enough, in my opinion, for where we want to be going.
Okay.
It's too predictable. It's our only sort of outlet. And I think if he was not there, we've got to come up with more options. And I think that's the way we need to go.
Okay.
I don't think we shouldn't be relying on this player that's not good enough.
Right.
Yes,
okay.
He's got moments of flair, and he's got moments of he can do things like he scored. He had that shot and scored. Fair enough. You know, that was good. It's too few and far between, mate. You can't rely on that. That is not what we need. If that's our game plan from now on, give it to Traore and hopefully he does that. We're in trouble.
Okay, so if you were saying like we want to go on to the next level, is Morgan Gibbs White the next level? Like hey, you know what? Don't get me wrong, he's played really well the last couple of games, but if you're talking about the next level, if we're talking top 7 or like aspiration wise, like we've got to look at where we were in the first 2 seasons, which is top 7.
Yeah.
You know, if this is going to be our worst season, which God, I hope it is, that this is the season to have it because there's no fans there. So, you know, chalk this off to experience. Bad season. He's due one, Nuno. He's had 3 fantastic ones. He's due a bad season. So let's give him that. But
I'm not putting the season on Nuno's head.
What I'm trying to say is, like, if we're talking about going to the next level, which is European football the following year, is Morgan Gibbs White in the 10 role the saviour?
I don't think we've seen enough yet. I don't think he's played enough games.
You can't say that about Traore and then start piping up about Morgan Gibbs White.
I think if he was playing alongside a team of confidence and a team, if he was having the same run probably last year, I think he might have played better. But I think what we're seeing from him now is he's nowhere near the finished article yet.
No, he isn't. No, fair, absolutely.
He needs time. He needs a few more games, a good pre-season. I'm not saying he's the saviour. Nobody's calling him the saviour or anything. Can he fit into our team next year? Absolutely, 100%. Will he start every game? Is he the one? I don't think I know yet. I don't think anybody can say yes or no at this stage. I think he needs a chance. Definitely.
For me, what the way you feel about Traore, I feel a bit about Morgan Gibbs White in the fact that if we are putting all our eggs in one basket with Morgan Gibbs White and saying, you know, this lad's the future, he's gonna do it for us, then I feel as though we're gonna struggle down the bottom of the league. You know, not saying that he's not played well the last couple of games, but he has a tendency to, like, you know, just drop off a little bit.
I feel Morgan Gibbs White has got a chance to prove you wrong.
Yeah.
Whereas Traore has already proven it.
Well, he's already proven me wrong because I completely disagree with what you're saying.
He hasn't proven you wrong at all. He's proven you absolutely right from what we've been saying for a long time.
Mate, okay. Let's not talk about Troy O'Reilly because we are never ever going to agree on this.
No, we're not.
I think the one thing we can agree on.
Well, leave the comments below if you're watching.
Yeah, who do you agree with? Do you agree with?
That's fine.
Do you agree with Craig, or do you agree with me?
Because I think it'll be a pretty even split. I think it'll be an even split.
I think you are insane.
I like you. You're crazy.
I like you. You're a crazy one. I like that. Fabio Silva. Let's talk about him because I really don't want to pull the kid to pieces. I think there is a player in there. There really is a player in there. And you don't agree. And the reason why I think there is a player in there is because he needs to bulk up. He's too lightweight, but the way he plays, and he's been able to get away with it with other players of his similar stature because of his age. Like if he bulks up, he can play the way he wants to play. Do you know what I mean? He's a boy against men at the moment in a type of player that he is.
He's completely out of his league at the moment.
He's completely out of his not completely out of his depth. He's a bit harsh, but in a physical situation, he's getting bundled off the ball too easily, and the way he plays.
I absolutely think you're right. A season in the Championship, playing for, I don't know, whoever, let's say Swansea or Middlesbrough or Cardiff or somebody like that, where it's going to get gritty, and the Championship's like that anyway.
Yeah, a week Saturday, Wednesday, isn't it? It's constant.
Yeah, he's got to do that really. I think to harden him to the demands of it. I mean, yeah, there's a player in there definitely. He doesn't deserve the criticism that he's got. I don't.
No, he doesn't.
I think it's harsh, man, because I know we say 18 in the price tag, but 18's young. He's not ready. It's probably different if you're 18 and you've been developed in England. Might be different, but the fact that he's come from abroad, it's a different style of football altogether. I think if you put him in the Championship for a year, you'd be thinking, oh my God, what is this? Yeah. And he'd have no choice but to harden off, toughen up, change his style a bit. You've got to sort of learn your trade, like earn the right to go and play in the Premier League. Really, you shouldn't just be thrust into a top 12 team in the Premier League. I don't think.
No, I
know it's circumstantial, and in that regard, he's done all right, I'd say. But it's starting to get, where people are really frustrated, aren't they now?
They are.
I think they're frustrated with the season as a whole. But I think they're going to pick on players like Fabio and go, it's easy. It's his fault. Yeah. Whereas he could really benefit, I think, from going on loan for a while.
But a positive that I'm clinging on to is like, oh, bye, Craig. Oh, he's back. I'm back. The positive that I'm taking from this is that look at all the youngsters that we've bedded into Premier League football. That can only be a positive going forward, but because we've had no choice because of how, thin the squad is. So you've got all these youngsters like Aït-Nouri who I think we've got to sign. I think he's a really, really good player. Vitinha, I think we should sign as well. I think there's a player in there. But then I'm thinking if we buy those two players, that's like 40 million or something, isn't it? So it's something like that. So if you're looking at spending that type of money on players that, let's be honest, have not taken us to the level that we want to already, you're going, oh God, how much more money have we got to spend before we start having to sell players?
I can net that off to zero probably straight away.
Try all right.
And then
I can read you like a book, fella.
And then a good couple of signings thereafter. But I don't know who we're going to bring in. I don't know enough about who's out there and whatever. But all I know is that it's not working. It's that plan has got to be stopped immediately, and it's not going to. I know that, but It's my opinion. I'm entitled to it.
I completely agree, mate. I think our fullbacks are good enough. I think Semedo and Ait-Nouri are good enough. We've got Marcel as the the guy who plays 5 games a season, and hopefully we'll only need him for that. But I think he's good cover. I think if you look at the fullbacks, I think we'll be all right because Johnny's out, and who knows what's going to happen with Johnny. But if you look at those 4 players, like they're pretty damn good, really.
I think we need a central defender.
Oh, we are in desperate need of a central defender,
a midfielder or 2, maybe a striker.
We need 4 players. We need 2.
A replacement for
midfielders. No, we need 2 midfielders. We need a striker, and we need a central defender. And if Rui goes, we probably need a keeper as well. But I'll tell you what, John Ruddy was great. John Ruddy was great tonight.
Yeah, I love to see Ruddy. To be fair, so what actually happened with Rui? Is he injured? Or
he just basically they wanted to give John Ruddy a game, and like obviously he's leaving at the end of the season. Like what a great player! Really really good.
They probably should have done that on Sunday. No, might have been. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's probably because they'll play Rui against United at the last game of the season in front of the crowd. Definitely. So yeah, maybe this was his swan song, and to be fair, it was nice to see a goalkeeper come out and catch some crosses. If I'm being honest, but
it was a nice change actually.
He's not as good at shot stopping as Rui Patricio, but he commands his area a lot better. So I think we'll definitely. I would like Rui to stay, but I can understand if he does go. Pastures new and all that stuff. But we need. Basically, we've just said we need the spine of the team.
It's the spine of the team,
yeah. So
and a few back from injury. Obviously, Raul's massive.
I've got a really bad feeling about Raul. I don't
know. No, he's mean. Don't worry about that. He's fine.
Oh God, I hope so. Because
I just hope he doesn't do anything over the summer except lie on a sunbed and do some complete tests.
we need to not put too much pressure on that lad.
Yeah,
we really do.
Yeah. Because another couple of months, whatever, fine.
No, I mean like when he does come back. Because I'm just thinking like we are going to put so much pressure on him. It's like, he's back. He's the saviour.
Yeah, if he hasn't scored in every game, after 5 games, everyone's going to be in uproar. But that's another. I think we'll be talking about that a lot.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why we need another striker. Just give him, some proper cover. Cover. Like we don't want to be. We want to be on this channel saying, why don't they play Jimenez and whoever we get? Not either or. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we're excited about it.
100%.
I'd love to get Ivan Toney in this team.
Yeah.
I really would.
That would be a good signing.
I want Brentford to not go up. Him look for a Premier League club. I think we'll be all over that. Yeah. I think he's
somebody like Tammy Abraham.
Oh God, he'll go. I think he'll go to not a top. Yeah, but
doable.
It is. I think Villa or somebody coming again for it. He went on loan, didn't he? He's all. But I can see where you're coming from. Tammy Abraham for me, that's the perfect one. Olivier Giroud, we've talked about him.
It's probably a bit old now.
He's a bit old, yeah, fair.
A bit old now.
But yeah, Ivan Toney or Tammy Abraham, I'd bite your bloody arm off with that. Like, thank you very much. Like, I want Raul Jimenez to be sweating about getting into the team.
That's what you need, isn't it?
That's what you need. You want him to be going, oh God, I better play well, because at the moment, like we are literally we are begging for him to come back.
You shouldn't be putting players on pedestals too much, like like they walk into the team every week and they just stroll about. I think Neves has got a bit of a case of that. Just like
and Cody,
Neves will do what not do what I want, but I'm just
do what I want. Do what I want.
I think. It's where complacency can set in, and I think we've got to fight for positions all over the pitch.
Yeah. No, I agree, mate. I agree. Well, you know what? Let's talk about something, just something else. Let's talk about something else because I want to. Let's talk about the Euros. Let's talk about the
Okay.
Euros. The Euros coming up, and we're we're probably going to do some stuff on the Euros, aren't we? Because I just think we don't want the channel to go stagnant. Do you want to come back like ready and raring to go? Because we're almost up to 800 subscribers. We want to get up to 1,000 before the start of next season, and you know you guys can help with that. If you haven't already subscribed, please do,
Yeah.
because we just want this channel to like grow and get better, and the only way we can do that is if we stick more content out there. So we're gonna do a lot over the Euros. We're gonna do hopefully a podcast for the new season as well.
Yeah.
We're gonna get together, we're gonna come up with some ideas, but Paul, lovely Paul, I am logo. Paul, he sorts out all the designs for Wandering Wolf. We're gonna see if we can get him to do something a bit snazzy for the old podcast and stuff, and fingers crossed we can get some more stuff and content over to you, because we really appreciate you guys like watching and commenting and telling us off when you think that we're not actually saying the right
Yeah.
things, which I would imagine
Absolutely.
happens quite a lot for both of us, really. And also, we just wanted to, before we wanted to tell you about the charity football game. I know
Oh yes.
we touched on it when we played Tottenham, that video, but yeah, it's for the charity Mind. It's been sorted out by the Wolves Fancast. It's on Bank Holiday Monday on the 31st of May at 4 o'clock at Molineux Stadium. I think they're trying to sort out a few people actually going to Molineux to watch the game. I don't know
I
how
think
many people.
you can buy spectator tickets. It said on
You
the
can.
thing. So if you want to go and check it out and
Wonderful.
come and watch, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, and we'll put all the details in the channel info. I'm so technical on the channel info. What a moron.
You should stay away from the
Yeah,
technical
I
stuff.
really should, mate. But yeah, all good going forward. I know it's been a hard season for Craig. It's been a hard season, hasn't it, mate?
It's been a hard slog, man.
But
It's been a hard slog.
yeah, we started
We've
this
enjoyed it
channel
though. We've
in
enjoyed it.
yeah, we have, man, and we started it in January, and I think that's when it started to go wrong. So I don't know whether we've got some kind of voodoo spell over the team. Hopefully not, but yeah,
Hopefully not.
here's to a better season, and here's to a few people being in the stadium, because I think that's going to make so much difference to the players. It'll make difference to Nuno, and it'll make
Yeah.
a difference to our point of view. I think.
Huge.
I think it's a massive day on Sunday. But not league positions. Who cares? We probably play Man United reserves because they're in the Europa League final. But I just think it's a massive day just because of everything that's happened over the past year. I think these channels, especially Wolves channels, you can go one way or the other. You be Nuno out, Nuno in, whatever. But we're all in it for Wolves to do well, and I think, especially at the moment, we need fans in that stadium for Wolves to do better.
Absolutely.
100%. And then once you can get that off your chest at the game, then it won't be so bad on social media.
Get the pubs full.
Exactly. Get the pubs full. Let's chat about it really nicely to each other, and that's one of the reasons why we thought this football charity game for Mind was such a brilliant charity to do it for, because a lot of people, especially during COVID, have been suffering with mental health issues, and football's a release for a lot of them. So well done to Wolves Fancast for sorting this out, and we're absolutely, I know I'm absolutely honoured to be taking part in the game. And I know you are as well, aren't you, Craig?
Oh, absolutely, I'm buzzing.
Yeah.
I can't wait. It's a charity that's close to me anyway, so I'm buzzing to be, involved
Yeah.
in that way, and I played on Molyneux before, and it's incredible. So I can't wait.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great, mate. Can't wait for that. And yeah, we'll be doing a video on Sunday for the last game of this goddamn season.
Terrible season.
Oh, just get out my face this season. But it's always good chatting to you, Craig. And yeah, onwards and
Pleasure,
upwards,
mate.
as we always say. And you've been watching Wandering Wolf.
Cheers.